And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of the Robstown Sports Report. We are joined by Robstown Lady Picker head volleyball coach Tiffany Castillo. Coach, welcome to the show. How are you?
Great. Good to be here.
All right. Well, congratulations on your win on Tuesday against HM King. With the trip to the playoffs still a possibility, what do you feel that the girls' mindset needs to be for the final 3 games of the district season?
We need to continue having that competitive mindset with the desire to win.
Okay, Coach, can you tell us some of the scenarios where the Lady Pickers do make the playoffs?
We're definitely still in the hunt. We have 3 games left of district play, and I feel like we just need to focus on winning every rep, sticking with that winning mentality, and taking it one set at a time and taking it one game at a time.
Good deal. So what would a victory against Zapata today mean to you and the team moving forward?
Well, any win is going to be a huge boost of momentum for us going forward into the final week of district play. It's definitely going to set a positive tone for the challenges that are going to lie ahead in the upcoming week.
So next week we finish out district season with 2 games at home, Tuesday against the team up north and Friday against Laredo Harmony. Pending what happens against Zapata, the game against Laredo Harmony could be a winner-take-all game. What's the message you want to give to the fans of Robstown and get them to pack the stands at Gillespie Gymnasium?
We need your energy. We need your support. We need to pack the stands at Richard Gillespie Gymnasium and create that electric atmosphere for our Lady Pickers that'll give us the competitive edge on the court.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Robstown Sports Report. We're joined by Cotton Picker head cross-country coach Adolfo Gonzalez. Coach, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good, coach.
Good deal. Oh, congratulations to you and your teams on the district championships for Bianca Bosquez and Mario Cortinas. They won the district championship in the boys and girls divisions, respectively. Has that ever been done here in Robstown?
Well, since I've been coaching since 2014, when I picked up the program, I haven't had the boy and girl as district champions as a head coach.
So quite an accomplishment for our athletes. Okay, so the regional meet is this Tuesday on October 21st at A&M Corpus. Who all do we have running and what times will they be running?
We have our varsity girls running at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Bianca Bosquez, Saint Desiree Diaz, Melanie Castillo, Kaden Ortiz, Belinda Villanueva, and Soraya Tobias. And then the boys division at 8:30 a.m. right after the girls. We have Mario Cortinas and Devin Alanis running at 8:30.
Okay, good deal. So are you preparing these athletes any differently for regional than you have in years past?
This year I did something different towards our second phase, which is midway through our season, which we stuck to our long runs instead of we eliminated the speed workout 2 days out of the week and added our long runs just like we did in the summer, and I saw a big improvement and our kids.
Awesome. So, what would it mean for both you and the team to have multiple athletes qualify for the state meet?
Well, the most we've ever taken at one time is two athletes, a boy and a girl. This year, we're banking on having a girl and the two boys, Mario Cortinas, Devin Alanis, and Bianca Bosques. And you never know. Some of the other girls have been running very well in the last 3 weeks. So one other girl might pop in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good luck to you and the team on Tuesday, and we'll be right back with head football coach Travis Crowley. All right, Coach. Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck today and, of course, next week as you round out your district season. And we'll be right back on the Robstown Sports Report with head cross-country coach Adolfo Gonzalez. And welcome back to the Robstown Sports Report. We're now joined by Cotton Picker head football coach Travis Crowley. Coach, 6-1 on the season, 1-0 in district. How does it feel, and what does it mean to you and the rest of the team?
It's definitely an exciting time here in Robstown. Off to a great start, but like we said, we're not satisfied. We know the next 3 games are probably our toughest opponents yet. Definitely playoff teams and teams that make a run in playoffs. So we'll definitely be tested.
Nice. So against Ingleside, 346 yards of total offense, 242 rushing yards in the 33-7 victory. Are these the kind of numbers you were expecting from them so far, or in that particular game?
Yeah, I would say so. We feel confident in our game plan. Going in, we knew that we were able to control the game or on the ground and then take care of the football, that we'd probably be in pretty good shape.
So the defense to this point through 7 games has allowed 11.4 points per game, with really the only blemish being the game against Carrizo. What can you say about the defense so far this year?
They've been, they're nothing short than phenomenal, to say the least. They've given us extra possessions, like causing turnovers, getting big 4-down stops, flipping the field on big sacks or tackle for losses. So they've really played complementary football for us.
Okay, so at one point this season, the Pickers defense was the second most improved defense in the state. What do you feel is causing this improvement?
I think obviously the kids just being bought in, being prepared, watching film every day, with meetings every day, and then again, hats off to Coach Carr and the defensive staff for having those guys flying around and playing at a high level consistently.
Okay, so you can agree or disagree, but I would call the game against Ingleside the most complete game of the season since the opening win against Kennedy. What can we do to have the same type of game against a really, really strong Rockport Fulton team?
No, I agree with you. That was a complete game for us, and we told the kids all week long that for us to be successful in our district, you're going to have to play like that. Again, we're going to have to take care of the football, control the line of scrimmage, cause turnovers, and then expose those opportunities when we get that chance.
Okay, so the offense has really evolved a bit this season, due to some injuries. As a coach, what do you do to, retool an offense mid-season, and what has been the players' response to it?
Again, hats off to our offensive coordinator, Coach Strohmeyer, keeping it simple for the guys up front and staying to our core values and principles. and then we just put our skill kids in the best position that we see fit to make plays. But they've been all bought in. The stats have been, the least of their worries. They're more concerned is the team first and make sure we're winning instead of their own personal stats.
Okay, so looking back at the 6-1 record, if someone would have told you at the beginning of the season that you'd be headed into the open date, being 6-1, 1-0 in district, what would your response have been?
Honestly, it's kind of expected. We knew coming into this type of the type of work that these kids put in the off season and again in the summer, put basically on their own as well. And then the type of talent we had coming back and mixed in with the leadership kids that we had coming. It's something that we preached, honestly, for about 9 months to get us the opportunity to prove ourselves in district to get a playoff spot.
Okay, and like we talked about before, we've the offense has kind of had to evolve due to injuries. How are we with our injuries, and who are the players that have been, stepping up in absence of these starters?
Obviously, we're a little banged up, but I think everybody is at this point in the season. When it comes to football, but I think one of the reasons we have been really successful so far this year is that we are pretty deep, and we have the ability to move guys around and play in different spots to free up some spots for other guys that that may not get as much playing time in current roles, but move them around and get them on the field and help us out as a team.
Yeah, and you can see there's certain positions on the field or on the team that really do have a lot of depth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So last game, there were a few call-ups from the junior varsity. Tell us about them and what they bring to the team.
Again, going into Ingleside, we had some guys that were kind of banged up and maybe questionable. We felt like those guys that brought up not only filled some of those roles, but also got those guys on some special teams to get some of the starters off, and play or two breather here and there seemed to pay off for us in the long run.
Okay, so next week, finally, the final one of our 4 Thursday night games this season. But how does it help this week having an open date in front of it? How does it affect your preparations as a staff as opposed to having a game the week before and losing some of that prep time for a Thursday game?
Obviously, getting some guys healthy that have been banged up for us, but it allows us to work on some of the fundamental stuff that we've been lacking throughout the course of the season, the past 7 games. Harp on those things and get ready for, like I said, part of the toughest 3 teams that we play all year.
Okay, and finally, on a bit of a different note, is there someone who you've modeled your coaching style after? So who are they? What about them had an impact on you that you wanted to model your career after them?
I would say the biggest one for the past 13 years previous to coming to Robstown, I worked for the same AD. As his assistant head football coach, offensive coordinator, and that's Chad Graves. He's taught me basically everything I know. I try to be a sponge and pick his brain nonstop. He's very detail oriented, so that's something I try to be. He lets his coaches coach, and more importantly, kid first and puts the kids at first, and that's what we do as a staff.
Good deal. All right, Coach. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, and good luck next week against Rockport.
Appreciate you. Go Red.
All right, and thank you for joining us on the Robstown Sports Report this week. We will be back next week with results from the volleyball game against Zapata as well as the regional track meet, and we will get in much more detail on the upcoming game against Rockport Fulton. So again, thank you for joining us on the Robstown Sports Report. Go Red!